All right, so today's the 24th. Let's take a look at what's going on. So yesterday was Monday. Now with SP 500, if you take a look at the swing days, the swing day for this one is today. Okay, for Dow Jones it was Monday, Nasdaq it was Monday, and you know what, the indices kind of go together. Okay, and yesterday I said this time period was important as I've marked it in gold. Let's start off with gold. Yesterday, I said this time period was looking important. So as you can see, the market makes the high pretty much there and just sizzles down. Not a lot of action with gold, but you see the market is buying the low at Astro hours, taking it to the next Astro hour, and then selling it, retesting there, and then again selling it off. Okay. So with gold, let's take a look at the daily. Okay. Remember, this zone was for us a target zone. So on the weekly, we covered that gap there. It's still a bit of room. Maybe it will go up there. I don't know if it will or not. If it does, though, it's 63, which is 2018. That's on the weekly. On the daily, 79 is 2013. So we still might go up a little bit more into that 2013-18 zone, which should be 2000, this bar here. Okay, 2013. All right, here, there. All right. So this zone is still a sell zone. Remember, this is Saturn and Mercury. If it comes up here, you'll want to sell in any case. But obviously, we've got a big trend going up. Okay, so that was a Saturn line we bought at. But you see all the gaps here. The market sooner or later will want to come and fill them in. So it's a bit of a tricky situation. The safer option might be to wait and to buy the lows again. As you can see here, as the market's going sideways, if it dips down, go long into there. And that might be one option, or you might just want to sit and wait. This is the Mars line as well. Okay, so you might just want to sit and wait. I'm going to get rid of this. Let's get rid of that. Oops. Okay, so 2013-18 is there. As you can see, this ad, we've been there. So we've been there, taken out the stops, as you can see. Okay, took out the stops. So we might be looking for a retracement. But like I said, there's a war going on. All right, so buyers will be more enthusiastic than sellers. So you might want to wait and see how things pan out with gold. If there's a pullback, you can go long in this zone once it closes the gap, right, in the 1907, 1930 zone here. The other option is it'll fill in the gap here, touch here and go up. And the last option is down here. Okay, so I don't know if that's going to happen, but at the end of the day, those are the options. Okay, so we'll have to see how things pan out. In any case, because the market might sell off up there as well, like last week, as you can see on Friday, sold off there. Market might come up again, do that slightly higher high, and then sell off as well. So 2018, 2013, you can still keep on your radar, and also this zone as well. You can sell off again if it retests the highs of last week, if it's an Astro hour. Other than that, don't trade in no man's land. Trade the highs or the lows. Okay, so I'm going to get rid of this now. Let's get rid of this. 1345 is there. Okay, 1545. All right, so it's a bit tricky with gold. All right, if it comes down first, can go long at the weekly, or where can you go long? Nothing here. 52, and that's 1943, which I marked in yesterday. All right, so we might have room to come down. This will be a buy location. So if you want to sell at the highs, okay? Now there are a few hours here, as you can see, okay? So these hours are a bit tricky because from 12 o'clock, let's see, just bear with me. Okay, this is the first hour. From 10:15 onwards, okay, so 10:15. Then you got 12 o'clock to 12:45. Then you got 6 o'clock. And then you got the evening, right? 11:30. Okay, which is here somewhere. So this zone is a little tricky, but if we go up into this zone, I think you can sell from here. If we come down into this zone, you can buy from here, and that's basically it. Okay. This I think this will be the zone that will determine it. SP 500. Okay, so no dramas here. We tapped back into here, as you can see. I said it should break this, as you can see. It hasn't closed below it, but still not a bad idea. SP 500. We had that level there yesterday. Astro hour coming down, and then from the lows going up again. Okay, so this is actually not a bad opportunity because the market should go up and close those gaps before we sell off again. So today, if we do retrace into an astro hour, like down here somewhere, we should go up. Okay, and I talked about coming up to the weekly pivot as well. So this is a good push up. And if we come back down again at astro hours, which I've marked in, they're already on the members page. Going back up is not a bad idea at all. So you can do that at 4,215, or slightly lower if it comes down to retest these lows here. Okay. At the end of the day, according to Astro Hours, it's doable. So then you should be up and running into this zone here. Your first level is going to be this 4,246. 4,246. So you should end up here. Okay, this will be your first resistance, but we'll probably break that and go up. Okay, so ideally we want to be hanging around at the lows at Astro Hours in order to go up. Okay, and then, like I said, you want to be following this into those zones. Okay, going up into 4,307. Okay, so that's a zone we'll want to get up into before we consider selling anything. Euro dollar. Now, euro dollar on the weekly, guys. Remember, we had the breakout. I said if it pulls back, you could go long. On the daily, it made that bit of a pullback. Okay, and then just pushed up. And then I had marked in these targets 1, 2, 3 here. Okay, why? Because, well, they were here, weren't they? Okay, so once we get a breakout on the PSD, the market likes to go there, and that's the beauty about that indicator. So today we've got 65 on the cards, 0711. So 0711 is on the daily. It's just going to be there. 0711. All right. So we should touch that. I can now get rid of this. Yeah, I can also get rid of this. Okay. That was the last target done. So going back up in here, it actually brings us to our first sell zone. Now there's a bit of a wick here, as you can see, it's a big push up, okay? And this, as you can see, is the Mercury line, where it matches the Venus line. Okay, so Venus and Mercury, as you can see, are crisscrossing here. So that's that, and there's a bit of a gap here. So we're going to keep an open mind, all right? But what you can do, that's, what is that, 47? 0709. That's on the weekly. So 0709, 0711 at Astro hours could be sellable. Okay, you could sell it. As you can see, it's on the weekly and the daily. So this is a weekly and a daily zone. So if we go up first, selling down is not a bad idea. You could then use the opening, which is here, plus daily, and then going all the way back down into this zone as a target where the market broke out here. Okay, coming all the way down. Let's take a look at Dow Jones, Nasdaq, Bitcoin. Okay, so this is the only place where you could sell off at the moment. Okay, if it breaks above this, don't muck around standing in front of it trying to sell it off, because obviously it might be going up to close that gap. Okay, so only sell there if it's matching an Astro hour. And remember, the good Astro hours for today are pretty much going to be that 10:15, and then from 12 o'clock to 12:45, and then 6 o'clock, and then 11:30. Okay, so once the market makes a move, though, it should keep going at least until 9:30 to 11:30. It should make that move. Okay. So let's do. Right then, Dow Jones. Okay, now remember with Dow Jones, swing day for Dow Jones was yesterday, right? So if this holds, we should have an up move. So what you want to do is at the lows, okay, you might want to go up here because we should come up into this zone here, 33,640. Okay, so this is a buy zone, so no selling here. All right, we should go up and then sell off again. All right, that's how I'm thinking. So use the Astro hours to go long at the lows. And remember, this was a target yesterday. The market did it nicely right here and then went up, okay, and then came back down. So this is not a bad spot. If to go back up, you can go up from this zone, okay, at Astro hours. Just mark this zone if you're trading Dow Jones. Okay, so extend this a little bit. Okay. This is the zone. And yeah, so from this zone here, going up is not a bad idea. All right. That could take us to the next swing, which you guys know when that is. So yeah. Nasdaq, well, it should be the same kind of thing. Nasdaq had a swing day Monday. This is your Monday, the low of the day here. Okay. I talked about this level. The market should come down into this level. If you take a look at the daily, we're back in this zone. So it's all good. Okay, no dramas. So from the weekly, popping up a little bit. Okay, and then looking for a place to sell again is going to be somewhere, at least up around here somewhere. That's the first kind of zone there. All right, and that's going to be for us. Was it 14,863? Oops. 40, yeah, which is going to be there. All right. So also you can see yesterday weekly pivot. Okay, I said this would also be a sell opportunity here. Market comes up, sells off nicely. So if we dip down into an Astro hour, Going up is normal. I think we should be going up. Okay, and that's just how it is. Bitcoin, now with Bitcoin, remember we had these targets here, 34,841. How did we have those targets? Because we had these, okay? And this is just a big, big push up. Okay, so when am I going to change my mind about the trend? It's a good question. How we started going up. Let's see, it's just too many gaps for my liking. Well, look, this is the channel, okay? So if you sold at the top of the channel at the Astro hours, you would have been stopped out, okay? But I did mark these levels and say, this should also, this has the opportunity to go up as well. Why? Because we have a breakout. Once you have a breakout on the PST, you got targets, and that's 77, 36, 648. Okay, so 36, 650. So those levels I talked about yesterday as well. Let's take a look here. 36, 650. About there. Right, so approximately here as well. So as you can see, this was done today, but these are the Astro hours for yesterday. Okay, so as you can see, the market kind of broke out. I wonder why it did that today, because let me just check the astrology. Because we got Venus happening. All right. That's good to know, actually. So if we go back up again, there's still a bit of room there. So this was a target yesterday. This was a target yesterday as well. So we could say those targets were done. And that's it. Now, in the long run, I'm still not going to change my mind. But as you can see, if you're trading it daily, you're going to have to take it to targets where the market, sold off before. So that's also important. This is where they close the gap here. Okay, so this zone is also fair pricing zone. And that's basically it. I don't day trade Bitcoin, as you know. But if I was to buy it and hold it, I'm going to be doing it in spring, okay, 2024. So I don't think there's any reason to rush. Let the market do whatever it needs to do. Okay. If you're day trading, like I said, these zones here are also going to be the higher end of the market, where the market took a beating. Okay. And because they took a beating in this zone, bang, and here, we might find ourselves somewhere there. If there is a good buy kiss, this is the weekly, right? Let's see. There, that's going to be a bit far out, but doable. So you might want to go long if the market comes back down. Okay. But I wouldn't be going long from these levels. Where could you go long if you come back into that 30,200 zone? That's when you can go long again. And that's about it. Okay. Which is down here where the market took off in the first place. So 30,350. This zone here is again possible up move. Okay. And that's about it. Or the daily pivot at Astro hours. You want to go long again, it's doable. But no going long up here if you're doing day trading, for sure.